Adventure Pals, I'm standing here in Glacier Bay National Park in Alaska, and this place is awesome. Check out this big chunk of ice, but you know what? It's nothing compared to the size of the ice behind me in these glaciers. It's awesome. Now, have you ever taken a good look at your hands and your feet? Do you know how special they really are? Well, we're going to talk about that on Discovery Jones Expeditions coming up next. Hey, Rusty, I'm home.
Hey, Discovery! I'm glad you're home. I was hoping you'd get home soon. Hey, look at this. I made something really cool at school today.
Well, that's great, but what is it, Rusty?
Well, Mrs. Squiggles, she gave us some clay, and she told us to put our paws in it to make an impression.
Oh, Rusty, that's really neat. So it's sort of like your hand and footprint saved in a clay mold. Is that right? That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought so too. She also said to write a story about using our hands and feet in a positive way.
Really? Well, I'm sure you're going to come up with a great idea.
Well, I don't know about that. See, I've had lots of thoughts in my head about it, but when I start to write it down, it just sounds silly on paper. But she's going to choose the best stories and enter them in a writing contest. The winner gets to have an ice cream party for 10 of their closest friends.
Wow, Rusty, if you win, you're going to have a hard time narrowing down your list for the party with just 10 people, won't you?
Yeah, I thought about that, but then I said to myself, Rusty, you can just invite all your friends and buy some extra ice cream.
Rusty, you've always got it figured out, don't you?
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of ice cream, I'm going to an icy part of the country. I'm leaving soon for Glacier Bay, Alaska. It's one of the most beautiful places on Earth, and I'm going sea kayaking there. Now, you've got me thinking about my hands and my feet, and it's very interesting. I can't wait to hear what you write about.
Yeah, well, you hurry back, and I'll let you read my paper. After I finish it, of course.
Okay, now I better get going. Good luck on your contest, and I'll see you soon.
Okay, goodbye. Using my hands and feet in a positive way.
Well, Adventure Pals, we're about to get on board the Wilderness Explorer here at Glacier Bay National Park, and we're going to join up with Glacier Bay Cruise Line. I want you to meet somebody. This is Steve Gray. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Welcome to Glacier Bay Cruise Line.
Thank you so much. This is going to be incredible. Steve, tell us a little bit more about what we're about to experience here in Alaska.
Well, for the next 5 nights, we're going to be exploring 3.3 million acres of national park and preserve. And to get that job done, we're going to be using our sport utility vessel, our SUV, the Wilderness Explorer. And that's going to serve as our floating base camp. And during the night, we'll sleep aboard. During the day, we'll be doing sea kayaking, shore walks, looking for whales. Should be fun.
Imagine that, sea kayaking with an opportunity to be up close and personal to humpback whales and all kinds of wildlife, and then do these walks through the forest. This is amazing, and it's going to be educational and a lot of fun. So you want to make sure to watch closely. This is going to be awesome. Everybody's on board waiting for us, Steve, so what do you say we get going?
Let's do it.
All right.
All right.
All right, so Jeremy is our #1 model, and Jeremy will draw your attention by raising his skirt. Now he's ready to get in. 1 foot in, both hands behind you, the other foot in and down. Well done, well done. That was a perfect entry.
Steve, look at this place. It is beautiful out here in Glacier Bay National Park.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
And the kayaks are definitely the way to see this place. Now tell me where we are right now.
Well, we're partway up the west arm of Glacier Bay, and this place is called Reed Inlet, and the backdrop we have today is Reed Glacier, one of the many tidewater glaciers here in Glacier Bay National Park.
And it is beautiful. It's fascinating to look at. If you look real close, you can see the blue coloration in the ice, which is also something pretty unique. Now, speaking of color, the water is kind of a green texture. Why does that have that color?
Well, it's not exactly the color of the water we're seeing. We're actually seeing the color of the suspended sediment left over from the glacier. It's very fine ground rock. As these glaciers move through this area, this is the debris they left behind. It's so fine that it stays suspended in the water and gives it this unique color.
Well, we have some groups getting ready now. They're kayaking today, and I think we leave. Tell me how we leave. In groups of 10, or how many people do we have?
Yeah, there's about 30 people on board the vessel today, or this week, and so what we've done is we divided them up into groups of 10, and each of those groups of 10 will be accompanied by a guide today. So they're getting ready to head out here, and they've matched them as far as their ability and their comfort level, and they should have a great time.
Well, it looks like a great time. Now, the guides that work here are also very skilled in what they do, and their knowledge of safety has to be up to par, too.
Exactly. Glacier Bay Cruise Line is unique in the fact that we cruise in the backwaters, the places that are remote. There's no roads around here, and so they do have advanced training in CPR, backwoods survival, and all that good stuff, as well as just being a great knowledge base. They're very familiar with this area.
And we're going to have a chance to talk to some of the guides a little bit later on, but right now, as we said, the people are loading up, and I think we're in one of those groups, so we've got to get going. Right?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Well, Adventure Pals, we're here in the kayaks, so we're ready to head towards the glacier. This is Jeremy Sines. Jeremy, how's it going today?
Wonderful.
Well, Jeremy is our guide for the day, and he knows a lot about this area. And this is Reed Glacier, correct?
This is Reed Glacier.
What is our goal for this afternoon right in this area?
Well, we're going to paddle up to Reed Glacier. We're going to get out on the right side, and then we're going to walk on up to the glacier itself.
And what brought you out here to Alaska and Glacier Bay, and what was the drive to come out here?
I love mountains and heard about tidewater glaciers and thought I'd give it a shot, and I've been addicted ever since.
Well, I can see why. It's beautiful out here. I don't want to waste no more time. Let's get started and head towards that big piece of ice over there.
All right, let's
Let's
go.
do it, yeah. Well, this is awesome, Adventure Pals. Check it out. One of the advantages of being with the Wilderness Explorer kayaking right here in the inlet is that we are actually getting to come in closer to the glacier, and the cruise ships back behind us can only come so far because of their size. But this is awesome. We've got the inside track. I'm gonna get a little closer to the glacier. This is cool. Cool, huh, Adventure Pals? Awesome. Wow.
Probably the biggest chunk of ice I've seen fall off there this year.
That's awesome. Well, Jeremy, we're here at the foot of Reed Glacier. Is that the name of this one?
It sure is.
This is awesome. It's so huge. And when you get up right here at the foot of it, it's just amazing, the immensity. This thing is just, it's incredible to look at. Tell me a little bit more about Reed Glacier. How far back, how deep, the size of it?
Reed Glacier is about 3/4 of a mile wide, a couple of 100 feet high here at the face of the glacier, and it goes back about 14 miles to a very large ice field.
That is massive. And we can see these huge chunks of ice surrounding us. I mean, it's boulder-sized ice. Obviously, is that just something that's broke off from this glacier?
It sure is. It's large chunks of ice that have fallen off here, and they've been grounded by the tide, and the tide is coming in and I'm about ready to take them back out.
Well, we got to get out of here. I just said the tide's coming in. We got a lot of things to see, but thanks for bringing me to the foot of this one. It's amazing.
My pleasure.
Let's keep going. Well, I'm here with Emmerich, and he is from Tahiti. Emmerich, you and your whole family have come up to enjoy this experience, right?
Yeah.
What's that been like as a family to travel together and especially be here in Alaska and see all these animals?
Well, it was nice. We could all enjoy this time together and, you know, really appreciate things. As we all come from the same place, you know, we can share the same feelings.
And how old are you? 16, right? You mentioned
Yeah.
16. Okay. Well, you know, that's got to be neat for someone your age, too, because especially from Tahiti, you don't have a chance to see a lot of the things you can see up here, especially glaciers, right?
Yeah.
Well, tell me what that experience has been like, seeing those glaciers up close and personal.
Yeah, glaciers are really nice. You know, I've never got to see big things like this, all white and, you know, huge.
Now, the different types of whales, what do you have or get to experience down in Tahiti in that area? Do you have whales down there?
Yeah, we have whales at some seasons, like they come here in Alaska to feed. We have, they come to Tahiti to mate, you know, so we have also, but not as many as here.
Well, it is incredible. What about the experience of riding in your kayak right along the shorelines here in the Glacier Bay area? What is that like?
That feels really nice because it's really quiet. That's the nice part of the kayak, no motor, so really calm and quiet. It's really natural and you get to see animals in their wildlife, so it's really
Yeah,
nice.
and the animals, of course, without the noise of the motors and you're in this kayak, they could pop out of the woods at any moment. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, we're having a great time. We're going to keep going. We've got a lot to see both on land and in the water on the kayaks. You know, I get letters and emails from all around the world. We have people watching right now that live in different corners of this planet. What's cool about that is that, you see, God has given us different talents and abilities, different things like sports and maybe artwork. There's just all sorts of things. Some of us are shy, some are very outgoing. What's neat about that is that God has given us these different talents and abilities to be able to serve Him in different ways. That's pretty cool to think about, especially when you're sitting someplace like this, Glacier Bay National Park in Alaska. This place is awesome. Look at these glaciers back here. It's just amazing to see what God has done. Yep, it's true. God wants each of us who know Him to be His hands and His feet by telling others about Him. Each of us must use the gifts He has blessed us with to go and share the good news about Jesus. Listen to what the Bible says about our feet. Romans 10:15 says, "How beautiful are the feet of those who bring the good news." Are your feet beautiful? They are beautiful to God if you take the good news of Jesus to your friends and to loved ones. Awesome, yeah, what a cool ride. Beautiful day, the glacier was awesome. But we're just getting started. This was incredible, yeah. Wow, you know, speaking of beautiful, have you ever seen someplace that you thought was the most beautiful place you'd ever seen? Well, right here in Glacier Bay National Park in Alaska, it is definitely a beautiful location, regardless of the weather, whether it's sunny one day or cloudy like today. But you know something? What's beautiful to God is the hands and the feet of those who are willing to take His good news into the world. So how about you? How are you using your hands and feet to help people with their relationship with the Lord? Well, Adventure Pals, I'm here with Captain Paws. He is the head man here on the Wilderness Explorer. Captain, how are you today?
Good, good.
Well, this is a cool job. You're at the wheel here taking care of business. How long have you been a captain?
A couple of years now. Been
Couple of
working up here in Alaska for about the last 10 years.
What is it like to work in the waters around Glacier Bay in the Alaska? This is amazing. I mean, is it different than somewhere else you might be a captain?
This area up here is just amazing and just very, very rich in different life forms.
You know, you've met a lot of people that have ridden on the Wilderness Explorer since you've been the captain. What do you think is one of the neatest things that people enjoy about this ship?
The opportunity to get close to the whales, the opportunity to get close to the wildlife we see in the areas that we're going. We're one of the few boats that'll actually go anchor out, drop all of our kayaks, and let people get into the wilderness areas and provide access to get into those areas, and yet you can come back and have a nice meal and get a shower. You don't have to set up your tent,
That is awesome.
do your own cooking, that kind of thing.
That is great. You know, it's also a great experience for families, for young children, and for their parents to come and experience this together.
It is. It's a great way to introduce kids to the wild parts of Alaska without having to worry about getting into backcountry and have bear issues and all that other good stuff. So,
Well, out here we just have whale issues, but you have to be careful where we're going for the whales. right?
yes, we have to be very cognizant of where the whales are, so we don't have a run-in with them.
Well, there are a lot of them out here, especially in Glacier Bay, so I'm going to let you get back to work and keep an eye out for the whales, and I'm going to go down and see what I can find.
Okay.
All right. Well, nice talking to you. Thanks so much.
Lovely talking to you.
Well, I'm here on the Wilderness Explorer with Don Leonards, and we're having a great time on this kayaking experience. Don, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Discovery.
Well, this is really cool. Tell me what you like best about Alaska and the kayaking experience up here.
I just love Alaska. I mean, I've been coming up here for 10 years, but never have I been able to kayak right next to a glacier and an iceberg, kayaking up to islands that nobody ever gets to walk on. It's been amazing.
It has, and you know, the wildlife, it's really cool because on the big cruise ships, you can see them from a long ways away. You're looking through binoculars and all this, but on the Wilderness Explorer, on these kayaks, they're almost within, like, you can reach out and touch them. It's
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, we have to back off a lot because they get too close to us.
Cool. That is awesome.
Yeah,
and that is a rare opportunity. It has been awesome. We've got a lot more to see and a lot more to do out here, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I know you are, so I appreciate you taking a minute to talk to me.
No problem. Bring on the adventure.
Yeah, bring on the adventure. All right, let's go see what else we can find over here.
Okay.
Have you ever thought about Jesus' hands and feet? How did he use them? We read over and over again in the New Testament that Jesus used his hands to bring healing to sick people. He touched people and they were made well again. He used his feet to travel from one place to the next. He walked everywhere, teaching and telling people about God's plan for the world. Some people listened, others did not. But Jesus still used his hands and his feet to bring healing and good news. All right, gang, we're getting started again today with a beautiful kayaking trip out here. This is Sam Hermit. Sam, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Discovery?
I'm doing awesome, and I'm excited because this is a really cool activity, especially here in Glacier Bay. Now, tell me the specific area we're in right now.
Right now we're in Bear Track Cove.
Bear Track Cove, and again, would indicate that maybe there's some bears out here.
It is possible.
We got to be careful. Now, how long have you been guiding people out here?
This is my 3rd year of taking people out.
3rd year. You must love doing this.
Oh, I do. I have the best job.
What are some of the types of wildlife you might see in this area?
It's possible to see bear. It's possible to see moose. Harbor seals are a possibility. There's lots of stuff out here, and you never know what you're going to get.
Well, it is awesome, and I want to go out there and see what we can get. So what do you say we get started?
All right, let's go.
Let's do it. What do you think the population of eagles is in the Glacier Bay area?
It's pretty high. They counted, and there are almost 300 nests in Glacier Bay National Park,
No kidding.
which means that there are far more eagles than there are nests. So I think you could safely guess that there are at least probably 800, if not more, eagles in the park.
Wow. That's incredible.
Southeast Alaska has the highest concentration of bald eagles anywhere in the world.
That is amazing, and they're so plentiful here. They're beautiful to see up close like this. Well, no better place to see them.
That's the truth.
You know, I gotta ask you, Sam, how is it that you got yourself into a job like this where you have to work so hard every day? I mean, this is really, you overexert yourself.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough life, you know.
It is.
I mean, an office like this.
Yeah, you don't have anything to look at. It's just it's so unattractive around here.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a cubicle one day.
You will. You might work your way up to one.
Yeah.
I'm here with Xavier, and he is from Tahiti. He's 13 years old. Xavier, how are you today?
Cool.
Well, this is a neat experience. We're getting to see whales and all kinds of things out here kayaking, right?
Yeah.
What types of whales or animals have you seen here that you don't see in Tahiti?
Some orcas, seals, sea lions.
Would you recommend this to some of your friends to come and do?
Oh yeah, really.
It's been an awesome experience. Well, you know what? Whether it's Tahiti or here in Glacier Bay National Park in Alaska, we're having a great time, and I'd like to come to Tahiti sometime. You think I can come down and visit you?
Oh yeah.
Very
really.
good. You'll show me around?
Yeah.
We'll make a discovery trip down there. Sounds good to me. All right, well, we're gonna keep going. We got a lot to see, okay?
Okay.
All right. Sam, this is really awesome. We're having an opportunity to be out here close to the whales here in Glacier Bay. And this is really what an experience, because it's different than seeing it from a boat itself. The kayaks are really cool. What do you enjoy most about this? Is it the whales themselves out here or just all the wildlife?
I love everything, but especially the whales. It's so amazing to be able to get so close to an animal that's so big. I mean, these guys can be over 50 feet long, and here I am, just 5 feet tall in my little kayak.
That is amazing. They're so massive, and even from the boat, they don't look that big, but when they do get up fairly close to you, that's something else. Now, give us a little bit of the rules. Now, the regulations here in Glacier Bay with the distance from the whales and the kayak.
The closest that you can ever come is 100 yards because they're protected by the Marine Mammal Protection Act, and that goes for kayaks, cruise boats, everyone. No one can come closer than 100 yards unless the whale turns around and pops up closer to you.
Yeah, he doesn't have the same restrictions that we have, right?
No, he does. They do what they want to do.
Well, there is all kinds of wildlife out here. We're having an opportunity to get a glance at several different types of wildlife. But I tell you, that's just, it's overwhelming. There's just no place like this. And the experience that you have with Glacier Bay, the cruise line itself, to do this is one of a kind.
Yeah, it's spectacular. No one else can drop kayaks and gear in the park and walk around, go paddling as a group like we can. We are the only ones that are allowed to do it.
And we are so glad to be with you, and I think we need to go find some more things. What do you say?
Yeah, let's go exploring.
Let's head out. We'll get some
All right.
separation here and head out.
Okay.
Okay, next boat.
You know, Adventure Pals, we're here in Glacier Bay National Park, and we've got a humpback whale 150 yards away, roughly. And it is awesome to see it playing around in the water in the kelp. What a cool experience. This is such a rare opportunity. And this adventure on the Wilderness Explorer has proven to be one awesome experience. Yeah. Steve, we had a great time. That was awesome. I mean, the crew was great. You guys were great. The cruise line. Thank you so much.
That was pretty fun. Thanks for joining us. Fantastic
You know,
trip.
we saw so many cool things on the kayaks, the wild animals, the whales. What an experience that was, up close and personal. And again, the crew was fabulous. Everybody involved with Glacier Bay was awesome. And what would you tell the folks out there to encourage them to come out and have a trip with the cruise?
Exactly. What I do, visit our website, glacierbaycruiseline.com, where you can watch mini movies. You can see a 360-degree view of the Wilderness Explorer. You can send email postcards to your friend from Alaska. All sorts of good things.
And create the memories of a lifetime. It was an awesome expedition. I appreciate that.
Are you going to come back and see us?
You better believe it.
Fantastic.
All
We'll
right.
see you.
Hey, Discovery, is that you?
Yep, I'm home from my kayak adventure. How are you, little buddy?
Oh, I'm doing great. Your adventure was awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, those glaciers were incredible. And the whales? Wow, they were huge.
Yeah,
and
they're massive. Right next to the kayaks. It was really awesome.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Hey, Discovery.
Yeah.
My essay about using my hands and feet in a positive way, it won first prize in the contest. I got a medal.
Wow, that's great, Rusty. So what did you write about?
Well, I wrote about how important it is to do good work with your hands and to let your feet walk in the path that God has for your life. You know, I read in the Bible that God has a plan for everyone's life and that I can either walk in his path or go down my own path.
Rusty, I am very impressed. I can see why your paper won the contest. You know, as Christians, our greatest desire should be to share God's message of salvation with others. We can be God's hands and feet in the world by telling our friends about Jesus. When we walk with our feet where Jesus leads and serve others with our hands as Jesus did, we are demonstrating God's love in the world. And that, my friend, is what being his hands and feet is all about. Well, Rusty, once again, I think our time is up. Will you help me tell our adventure pals goodbye?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I love you. Lots of people love you, but the one who made you loves you the most.
That's a great medal. Check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome. Well, right here, oh, bug right in the eye. Ouch. Oh, flew dead center. Ow. Arr, right here in Glacier Bay.